Hi, my name is Debbie Seamson-Nauman, and I am going to be your student's Algebra 1 teacher this year. I like to do videos to introduce myself at the beginning of the year, but periodically just to help you stay on target. And I think it's easier than reading a long email or trying to decipher a PDF. So I always think it's good to have face-to-face contact. Which, speaking of which, if you ever have a question or you'd like to meet, my door is always open, and you can always get a hold of me, and we can meet in person, even if it's just to get a check-in or how are you feeling about things. And okay, so this is my amazing husband that is teaching AP Physics downstairs below us, and we love to tandem cycle. I use a lot of bicycle analogies and sports analogies in what I do. These are our kids. We have Christian right here with the pink hat, and Jonathan with the purple, and David with the red. And yeah, they're wonderful kids to get to have. So we always do a syllabus, and I'm going to be going over the syllabus on the first day of school. There's a video link to this syllabus as well, and it will also be on our Learn. So your students will have that. They'll have to go over it with you and then get a piece of paper signed that they went together with you. And if you ever have any questions, please let me know. A few of the main things that are on there, I like to have a heads up to get things done before I start school. I don't like to procrastinate. So the Fuse app, getting the textbook is crucial. We will be downloading this app if they don't already have it on the first day of school, but you have to buy the book. It's $19.99 and it comes with video tutorials. It's amazing, highly worth it. They'll need a binder for this class. They'll need mechanical pencils. I suggest getting the strong ones so they don't easily break, or a larger, like a 0.9 lead, not a, the 0.5s always break in class, frustrating for the student. I'm very particular about the calculator that they will use. It's a TI-30XS multi-view scientific calculator. It's really powerful. It's all they need all the way through SATs. So it's a great calculator and has a lot of mathematical things you can do on it. They will need a notebook with graph paper. That's where they will take their notes, and it will go in their binder for their binder check. So another thing that I do besides teaching them how to do math, getting to be at a Christian school, we also get to deal with our character, and what sometimes hinders our success in academics has to do with our motivation and the story we tell ourselves. So a lot of my students come in with this kind of fear of math or not having had a lot of success. So we're going to combat that with the story that we tell ourselves and how we can be our own best friend in our success. Again, I love athletics. So for me, at my best, I'm courageous. I will try really hard things on my bike, and I'm confident. You can see on this picture, I'm looking back, taking a picture as my husband is traversing this big, long journey that we did down the coast to Santa Barbara. You can tell I get to be fun and confident and a good listener, right? And fun to be around. And when I'm at my best, I get to show up for people. My husband and I did this adventure race with some friends, and it was a really difficult event. But at my best, I love those kinds of things. At my best, I get to do interactive things with my students, and everybody's having a wonderful time, right? I feel empowered and courageous when I'm at my best. But sometimes I'm at my worst. And when I'm at my worst, I can be timid or fearful. I can be arrogant because I hold on to what I think because I'm afraid. So I'm going to hold on to what I think is right. And I want to listen to others, but I'm only listening to my own story. And I want to be understood, and I want to understand others, but because I'm at my worst, I'm not doing a good job at either. So at my worst, typically, I kind of feel anxious and I feel trapped. And let me just move this real quick. What bothers me the most about being at my worst is that it happens with the people I love so much, my family. And sometimes I can discard what they are going to say to me before I even hear it because I'm in a bad story inside my own head. So sometimes we create problems, right? But we also create solutions. So I love getting to be at a Christian school because we get to combat that negative story that we might have for ourselves with God's word, right? And one of my favorite verses is, "For it is God who works in you to will and to act according to his good purpose." So when we're not motivated, it's God that works in us to have will. And when we're struggling to do the right thing, He can work in us to act, to fulfill the good purpose. These are some of my students I had that were in a play, and you can tell they are just living their best life. Love those moments. So, to combat this, we're going to do this thing called the power of a pause. We're going to take a moment to pause, to think about what is directly or indirectly influencing our behaviors. To do this, we have to kind of have a little bit of a GPS system so we can get back on track when we're off track. Our emotional gauge is sometimes it's very inconsistent. So we need something to kind of, well, graph it out. So we're going to use a tool that I like to call best worst. So we'll do this on the first day of school, and students will check a few boxes on where I am at my best. Now, that's not where I am all the time, but at my best. Like for me, I'm going to be hardworking, whether I'm at my best or my worst. I'm just a hard worker. But I'm going to be confident when I'm at my best. I won't be confident when I'm at my worst. So we'll talk about the difference between what those things look like. And then we're going to look at what are situations that bring out our best, right? Obviously, I need to get on my bike to be at my best, and I need encouraging words to be at my best. But we'll look at what it fits for each individual person so we can start to really identify what we need to bring out our best. And then we're going to be identifying how do we feel when we're at our best so that when we're not feeling at our best, we can kind of work backwards to figure out where we got off track. So, of course, we'll be looking at where we are at our worst, and then what brings out our worst, and then how we feel when we're at our worst. So, when we do this power of a pause, we can put ourselves back on track. So, we have a mixed narrative, everybody does, and we'll be thinking about how to fix our mixed narrative so that we can live our best life. So again, I'm really grateful to get to have your students, and I will be checking in with you on these video messages. And I look forward to meeting them all and to meeting you. And we're going to have a great year. Take care and God bless.